Ah, yes, Warner Brothers. Thank you. Have a seat anywhere you'd like. I was expecting you. Welcome to your checkup. With that said, don't worry. I already got the pre-prescribed doses of anti-diarrheal medication that you will be needing. And yes, it will stop your diarrhea of the mouth and it will stop your anal leakage, but it will not stop the anal fisting that you're about to receive from me and plenty of gamers abroad. Now, you may be asking, what am I talking about? Why are my words so visceral and just lactating with venom right now? And I'm going to tell you why. You see, Warner Brothers has recently been caught actually paying YouTubers under the table for certain reviews to be more positive than they usually would be. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is that such a problem? Isn't that just free advertisement? Well, it would be if the D word was actually thrown out there. And I'm not talking about dick, I'm not talking about damn, I'm not talking about dilly-dallies. I'm talking about the number one D word that should actually be, oh, I don't know, at the forefront of any review: disclosure. That's right, they were allowing the YouTubers that they were paying under the table to not disclose that these were paid, and they were actually forcing these YouTubers to think that these reviews were genuinely, well, genuine. Now, you may be asking, is this a problem? Is this a real issue? What are the negative repercussions of this? Okay, let's talk about it. What if KG and Afune and those over there who made Mighty Number 9 were to hit up Alpha Omega Sin, were to hit up Slow Beef, were to hit up myself, were to hit up 7th Level, Blackbuster Critic, Shokio, were to hit up The Hard 8 Times, were to hit up PewDiePie, Markiplier, KSI, to all put out really positive reviews for that game. Now, with that said, the millions and millions of people that would be afflicted by seeing all of this would be like, wow, all the top YouTubers are saying it, and I love me some Markiplier, I love me some PewDiePie, I love me that voluptuous man candy known as Dr. Rectango. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, love you too. And they're going to say, I just take their opinions into such high esteem that I can trust them, and therefore I will go out and spend my money. Then they go out and purchase Mighty Number 9, and then you end up with the placebo effect. There will be some people who genuinely don't like the game, but because their favorite YouTubers were all in agreement that this game is amazeballs, then they, by proxy too, will then sit here and say, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to adapt what my quote-unquote idea of a good game is. And you'll have some people fall into this false sense of security that it's okay to like this game given all the controversy and bullshit surrounding the final product. However, moving past that even, you have to ask yourself, is this a common problem? Well, let's just start with Warner Brothers. As we know, they have certain games out there that are hitting the market, such as the Arkham series reboot remakes, where we all know that they'll be built from the ground up, so they said, the first two Arkham games, which somehow, when you look at them in their newest reveal trailer, they look worse than they did when they were on the Xbox 360 and PS3 than they do on the current PC, Xbox One, and PS4 that are currently out there in the current generation. Now, you may be saying to yourself, how the hell did they do that? How do they make a game look worse? I don't know. I don't work at Warner Brothers. But what I do know is that Mortal Kombat XL still does not exist on PC. Mortal Kombat X, within less than a calendar year, lost all PC support. And yet Warner Brothers is still out here trying to make bank off of XL. And Ed Boon even teasing a Combat Pack 3 reveal at EVO potentially. And if that's the case, what about when Injustice 2 comes out? How many people are going to be jumping for joy when Injustice 2 hits PC? Who's going to care at the end of the day? Because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to drop support for MKX in less than a calendar year, PC players have they have negative faith, zero confidence overall that Injustice 2 will be any better of an endeavor for them to go out and put on their expenditures list to go purchase that game only to get shafted by Warner Brothers and overall. Again, like, why would you want to do that to yourself? Why would you want to put yourself in such a negative position over and over again? I mean, it's no reason why people have come out and changed the moniker of Warner Brothers to Warn a Brother before you buy Warner Brothers. And this has been exclamated from the top of the lungs of people like Total Biscuit, people who have infinitely more subscribers than I ever will, but that's not the point. Point is, fix this shit right now. Because right now, y'all deserve the cheap anti-diarrheal medicine. Like, I'm not going to spend top dollar for a company that can't spend top dollar to make sure their games aren't buggy. I mean, we were still, to this day, waiting for some people to be actually able to play a functioning version of Arkham Origins. But, you know, you guys didn't want to fix that. You'd rather just sell and shill a remake to the populace, even though you didn't even fix the first one. But I'm not here to argue these semantics with you. I'm just here to tell you what the truth is. Now, moving past that, Warner Brothers, what can you do in advance to fix it? Either have your YouTubers disclose the fact that you're paying them, or shut the fuck up and keep your money to yourself and stop fucking it up for everyone. Because at the end of the day, we've seen people who have been paid to shill out movies in the past. We've seen people shill out games in the past. And if they weren't disclosed, they could be brought up in court for that. But, we're not going to talk about the unethical situations that you're putting yourself in, especially if once people find out that certain gaming areas or certain game developers have gone out and decided that they're going to pay actual qualified, credentialed journalists off to pay for good coverage for certain games. And as we all know, it's kind of hard to believe a game score when there's a giant advertisement on the left-hand side for an aforementioned game. I'm just saying, you give Call of Duty 9 out of 10, but then I see advertisements all over your site for it. Maybe your opinion is best not considered. And that is your checkup